Yeah, I have problems with my.
Hello, everyone who already joined. If you want to share some comments, we would suggest to click on the YouTube link. Then you can add your comments. If you want to participate in our open mic and open camera session, then click on this other link in the Telegram announcement. We already have Sam here now around, and I would welcome you as well. If you get a yes, click on the StreamYard link, then you can also share your thoughts directly here. So still some time to go. Alice! Yes. Alice, you're wondering, I switched you with Olga because I'm in the Olga should take the moderation. Who else? Toby. Nice. Toby in the house. Siri, come on, everyone, get in now. And by the way, Safari and Chrome work better than, now what is it? Firefox and Chrome are the better options when you try to join us. It was a recommendation, just in case that you use Safari. Okay, then. That's it. Hello, everyone. Now we are live.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. So that's the second third lining live stream session. Let's see how it's working this time. We are trying this new tools and want to find out if this also works for our Monday sessions or not. Because there's so many things we can try. Okay. So just Petit Marie is also here in the comments. Katharina also in the comments. That's nice. Olga, did you get in yet? Yeah, okay. All right. So let's see. We have some at least one topic. Oh, there were more than one. Sharing of ideas what we can talk about today. We got one request from Mutenguna. He shared a video for us, and he asked me, well, maybe you want to play it in the beginning because it's showing our current today transit. And I thought, yeah, maybe we can just play it in the beginning for the, I don't know, until Moon or Venus, maybe, the inner planets. So we can play this for now until we get fuller here. And everyone else who still is not trying to figure out how to get in, there is a link on the Telegram main feed. It's named streamyard.com. Click on the link and then you can join us here on our round. It should grow more and more. Meanwhile, I just play this nice video from Mutenguna in the background. from today.
Transit Sun.
Gate 33. The Gate of Privacy. Hexagram 33. Retreat. Active withdrawal. And the transformation of a weak position into a strength. Line 3. Spirit. Over time, the attitude that turns retreat into victory.
Transit Earth.
Gate 19. The Gate of Wanting. Hexagram 19. Approach. That all things are interrelated is apparent and manifested through the action of approach. Line 3. Dedication. Over time, receptivity to approach can only be maintained through vigilance.
Transit North Node.
Gate 2. The Gate of Higher Knowing. Hexagram 2. The Receptive. Receptivity as the primal base through which any response is determined. The root of action. Line 6. Fixation. Over time, unable or unwilling to see the whole picture.
Transit South Node.
Gate 1. The Gate of Self-Expression. Hexagram 1. The Creative. Creation as a primal force. The energy potential to manifest inspiration without limitation. Line 6. Objectivity.
Transit Moon.
Gate 6. The Gate of Friction. Hexagram 6. Conflict. The fundamental design component of progress. The law that growth cannot exist without friction. Line 4. Triumph. Over time, a position on natural and unchallengeable power.
Transit Mercury.
Gate 29. The Gate of Saying Yes. Hexagram 29. The Abysmal. The deep within the deep. Persistence despite difficulties has its inevitable rewards. Line 2. Assessment. Persistence tempered by caution.
Transit Mars.
Gate 53. The Gate of Beginnings. Hexagram 53. Development. Development as a structured progression that is both steadfast and enduring. Line 4. Assuredness. Detriment. Venus. The persistent difficulty with embarrassing or awkward situations where normal emotional reactions may prove detrimental. Individual pressure for beginnings that creates awkward and sometimes embarrassing situations.
Transit Venus.
Gate 2. The Gate of Higher Knowing. Hexagram 2. The Receptive. Receptivity as the primal base through which any response is determined. The root of action.
All right. So these are the inner planets, and I think it's a nice way to, especially if you're an acoustic person, to dive into transit. And Mutenguna prepared this thing for us here, and he also wanted to let us know that he works on a channel on Telegram as well, where he continuously puts up such content for you. And if you want to join this channel, there you can dive into this link. There's a membership. I'll just share it. Where can I share it? I can share it here in the comments. If it's fine for you, Mutenguna?
Yes, it's fine, Thomas. Thanks.
Yes. Okay. I just put it in the YouTube comments that you can also find it there, and we will also share it on the Telegram feed at some point, or maybe today later, so that you can find out what offers are available for our community. I love it. It's more and more uniqueness here, more and more different offers, different perspectives, and everyone brings up his own unique flavor here. So that's great. I love it. Okay, guys. So what are the topics of today? What do you want to talk about? Before we start, I also want to have a short welcome round so that everyone can share a little bit about one's day, how you're feeling, how you feeling like also for this new platform that we just test here. I switch off the logo on the top so that I can see Olga. Let's start with Olga, if you feel like so. Wanna share about your day, how you're feeling today?
Yeah, I wanted to share about the nodes changing yesterday. That was fun because, they changed the day before, and let me leave it. And but the doubts channel 463, I guess, was working for me still, and I had this definition. And yesterday, when we finished this stream 463, my head was just in agony. So that channel disappeared, and the mental system was just like analyzing, and it didn't get the support from the definition, and it was just crazy. And today I woke up and I felt such an emptiness in my head. So, experience. That's that. I don't know anymore. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm certain. I don't know what I know. Just not there anymore.
Thank you for sharing. Samuel, want to share a little bit about your current state? How are you feeling?
Yeah, sure. Today I was feeling some anxiety, and then I felt some peace. Someone smashed my car last week, and somehow this whole situation resolved itself quite easily. His insurance policy covers all my damage to my car, and in this case, I took some initiative, trying to listen to my emotional authority, and it seems like everything is resolving itself. So I'm also quite happy actually about that, because at the moment when he smashed my car, he drove right into one of my doors of the car, and he said, "Well, it's my fault. I'm so sorry." I said, "Well, I'm not angry with you. These things happen. Let's just fill in the paperwork, and it will be all right." But the funny thing was, he smashed my car, but I wasn't angry. So that's something I wanted to share.
Thanks. Meredith, how are you doing? How are you feeling today?
Hi, everybody. I'm feeling okay. I had a funny situation too, where this morning I could have gotten mad at something that I didn't. When I was driving into work, a car almost smashed into me and ended my life. But because I happened to be in like this very kind of calm state, I just slowed and backed off a little bit, and then it ended up being okay. And then when I got into work, I got stung by a wasp. So that was interesting. And I'm having some pains in my body on the left side. So yeah, kind of dealing with physical stuff more so than mental stuff right now. Yeah, it's interesting in my workspace too. I'm going through a lot of changes here. I've been offered a promotion, which has just like kind of been really cool to see, because I got it from not doing anything, just waiting and showing up less. And now not only did I get the promotion, but the promotion is about removing things out of my path that aren't part of my strengths and making space for my strengths, which means less work and bringing in more support and more resources. So it's like weird. It's like my life has done this weird flip where my work area was the heavy bit and my home life was the light bit. Now it's like the other way around. So yeah, I'm just kind of watching, seeing, and then also watching my mind. Like I want to get like a mind jar so that every time I hear it come on, I can be like, oh, okay, and then like fill up the mind jar, because it's basically like, you really need to do this, you really need to do that, you really need to do this. And I'm like, no, you don't need to do anything. There's nothing to do in this situation. So yeah, it's nice being here. This space is like weird and different, but I'm here for it. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be weird. Let's do this. So yeah, all of my personality, all 6 of my personality third lines are definitely here for this different experience today. So yeah.
Great. Great to have you. Okay, Dobie, you're joining. So I hope that you also get a yes to open your mic.
Yeah, sure, always.
Yes, please.
Well, let me see if I can also put on the camera. I'm not sure if it's bright enough here, but yeah, I guess you can see me. I hope it's okay. It's very hot in here, so yeah. Yeah, my day, quite interesting actually. Today's my 30th birthday, and I was like observing myself how or what's going on in my mind and what's going on in my authority when people called me. There have been situations where I was very happy and answered the call immediately and was very happy to chat with the people calling me. And there have also been situations where I was like happy that I did not answer it immediately and just received a message afterwards saying happy birthday. And it feels like, okay, it's done, but I really did not want to talk to the people, and it was quite interesting. And later on that day, I received some like advice or rules what I need to do at my birthday. But actually, I did the whole day what I wanted to do. I just took the time for myself. I just went to have a workout, talking to people I like, spending some time with my wife, and then I just did not want to like go out and celebrate or so, because it's not my lifestyle, not what I like to do. And it's quite interesting because I guess not that much time ago I would have listened to what the people are saying to me, and would have questioned myself if I really need to do this, or is it okay to just do nothing and just chill the whole day because I like to. And right now it's just let the people talk, it's okay. I'm just smiling at them when they try to tell me, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm pretty sure I'm spending the day in the way I like it, and it's correct for me, following my authority and just chilling. Took a walk in the woods, and that's quite cool, I guess.
Nice. Thanks for sharing, Toby. Happy birthday from us all.
Thank you.
Yeah, big love.
Thank you, Thales.
Okay. Katharina, as you are already on the camera, I will ask you if you want to share before I ask the other Katharina. We have two Katharinas here.
Hello, where's the
Hi.
second? I don't see him.
Yeah, I will just, here she is as well.
Okay. Hi. Yes, I'm discovering more and more my body physical feeling of design parts. It's like I was in a reggae concert on Saturday, and there was a special situation because a woman who was sitting in the wheelchair with an electric wheelchair, she just went through the people and stopped in the front of the first barrier in front of the, and she was really with a bit of courage because she didn't know what she was doing there. So, and then I take care because really my caring channel was really like jumping on. It was so funny, and I took care of her so that she could manage to go out through the crowd and with help of the security and so, and it was really a very special situation because I could really feel this like a kick, like a push, that it's my, I don't know, that I'm that this channel wanted to be active. I don't know. It was really interesting, yeah. And these are little things I recognize more and more, and it's really, I really love that, to feel these things in the body and not with thinking always, and or how can I say, these making my pressure to myself through thinking. So because it's very quickly without realization, it's very quickly there, and then my body sometimes answers much more louder than my mind. So it's really interesting when this happens. So it's these are special situations I like very much. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that story. Thales, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling different. I'm a bit not exhausted, but maybe tired because last week the preparations and the big triumph yesterday, it took some energy. And today I knew that I need to move from the place where I spent a month. It's always interesting for me to see this. It's almost like life wants me to understand my environment. It really pushes me like city, countryside, city, countryside, city, countryside. And I feel it more and more that when I'm in the countryside, even though my mind loves nature and loves simple and quiet and spartanic, and like this, all of this very simple, and you just run around naked and take a shower under a waterfall. My mind really loves it, but my body hates it. My body loves air pollution, cars, markets, people, business, money, and so I'm in the city now, and we drove. Nora, my friend, she drove with her van, and we tried to find a hotel. We did this all while we were while driving. Um, I guess even on the bridge to Lisbon, we booked it, right? It was really funny. On this bridge, it's a really huge bridge, actually. It reminded me of this American movies. I don't know, it's the San Francisco Bridge. I don't know, very similar, not so huge, but very similar. And we drove into the city, and I feel so different. I feel so different. I feel more majestic, so to say. I don't know. It feels like I would be like an urban shaman who goes in here, can change everybody's life. On this countryside, people are, they're so. Countryside people have this stubbornness of, no, I don't know this, go away. It's like you cannot really. They settle on the countryside because they're not open for conditioning. And, in the city, it's different. And it's, but I need to find a balance. I cannot live inside a city. I tried, I can't. It's just too much. So it's almost like life wants me to figure out how this works and where's the place and how much can I do and it's really strange. Yeah, and this shifts is, it's almost like when I'm on the countryside, I often have anxiety, panic attacks, loud thoughts, processes, I don't know, stomach pain, cannot sleep very well, I don't get tired, all of this strange stuff. And when I'm coming to the city, I almost like miss it because my mind's like, something is wrong. You don't feel like you usually feel. It's like, because I feel comfortable, and it's so unusual for me to feel comfortable. It's strange, but it is like that. So yeah, and I just love to go out and find some nice restaurant, watching people. It's nice. So I feel good today. I'm tired, but I feel good.
So similar to the time you had in Lagos, maybe. Interesting. So interesting. The other Katerina, want to share how you're feeling today? Oh, no, you? Yep, you're back again.
Sorry. I'm feeling full. I'm feeling full. I've eaten so many sweets. I ended up eating emotional today because, like, since yesterday, I'm feeling the definition of my solar plexus, and at the beginning of the day, I didn't knew what it was, but I felt like I don't know what is that, and I looked up the transit, and there it was, this little tiny funny thing. And yeah, and so I knew, and I'm observing it's, and it's okay, but and I had this thing with the emotional eating, like eating so many sweets that I feel like very full now. And I had this situation in the supermarket where I stand in front of all those colored sweet stuff, and my mind was like, do you need that? I don't think you need that. It's not good to eat that many. This is an old habit of yours. You don't need to do it. And you're supposed to only eat in wet kitchens and at the table and so on. And I know when you're buying those sweets now, you want to sit in front of the television and look at something and eat the sweets. And so my body went like, and again, and front and forth. And then it was like, oh, I don't mind. I don't give a fuck. And I bought all those, not all those, but the two things that where my eyes couldn't look away from, which I really, my body wanted. And those two things I bought. And yes, I ate them in front of watching television instead of closing my eyes, sitting in the kitchen, like my inner vision and the wet kitchen and so on. And It's okay. I'm feeling full, but I'm feeling good. I haven't died yet. And so I said, just fuck up this chattering mind and just like, this is kind of tricky. Like, do it right. Do it right. You know how you're being correct. Like, and this is also coming from here. And yeah, so this is me now. I'm feeling full but good, and I'm happy to see you all, to hear you, and to share. And thank you for having me.
I love that share. Yes, that's very tricky. I can agree on that. Dominique, you want to share a little bit about your day, how you're feeling since yesterday, or since last time you shared with us?
Yeah, I would love to. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Ah, great. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you all. Yeah, I could identify with some things which were shared today, like with you, Katerina. I had that yesterday. I just eat sweet things the whole day. I'm also not emotionally defined, but yeah, my breakfast was cookies and then chocolate all day long, and I just eat sweet things, nothing else. So yeah, the emotional transit is really complicated for eating, and I'm consecutive, like one thing after the other. So yeah. But today I ate correct again. What I could identify, or what I wanted to share, and Thales started with it. This is what I really wanted to share with you, because I was in France 2 weeks ago. I went there to my family. We had our family holidays for 4 weeks, the whole July, but I had a no, like 1 or 2 months before we started, and so my family went without me, and I had like the I had yeah, I could go whenever I wanted. So I was free to go when I was ready to come. And after 2 weeks, I had a yes. A friend of mine, by accident, went there to Brittany in France, like the very west of France, and she could take me with her. And this was weird because she went where my family was, and I didn't know that before. So, however, okay, I went with them, and on my very first day, I broke my arm. And and I really like the seaside, being at the sea. It's really not my place to be anymore. I really I was 2 weeks so tired, and I laid the most of the time in bed. And when I went to the beach, I got sick. I really got sick. I had like 3 or 4 hours at the beach, beautiful beach, like really the sand is like glitter. It's like the stars, and everything really perfect, like a super big beach with or not so many people, and the weather was great, but I got really sick. I couldn't sleep. I had to nearly vomit, and my body was reacting so much. And first time I thought, okay, maybe I got something from the sun, right? Like I was too much in the sun and I didn't drink enough and so on. But a couple of days later, I went again to the beach, and the same thing happened again. And it happened a third time again. So then I understood, okay, my body, I can't somehow, when you make, you realize something in your life and you understand something about yourself, you can't go back anymore. And it's like this. I can't go back anymore. I can't go into places anymore which are not correct for me. And I had a yes, and now I know why, because I had to make this experience. I really had to make this experience and understand that's not my environment. It's really super strange and interesting, and yeah, my arm is still broken, but it's fine. I had just a leash. I didn't have to put it in something, so I can already move around again, but I can't hold up anything. But yeah. And now we have, in the end of the year, we want to go to South Africa because we have some from Corona still, some vouchers. Do you say vouchers? It's right. Or Gutscheine? Vouchers. Yes. And I feel like I don't want to go. And it's so strange because it's a huge privilege to travel and go to many places in the world, but I just don't want to go.
What to do?
What to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's a no, it's a no.
When it's a no, it's a no. Fuck it.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just feel like actually I just want to be at home. Yeah.
It's not easy, but that's the only way, I guess.
Yes, but I have 3 children, and then it's Christmas time, and then they go there, and I stay at home, and wow, that's strange. Yeah, but I'm radical. I don't want to break my leg next or something. Yeah.
That is so. Yeah.
Strange.
For the mind, at least. Afterward, mostly it makes so much sense, right? When we follow our inner 40. Thanks for sharing, Dominique. I always enjoy your stories of your life. So one topic, one topic that we can talk about today is, how do you deal with transit definition in the solar plex as a non-emotional being, right? We have some non-emotional beings here as well. Now we have the emotional transit. Katharine already told us, like eating habits, but I would also be interested in other stories. Or do you recognize it? Do you feel more emotional when we have like this definition right now? Who wants to share? I mean, this is something very interesting, I think. So, and everyone else, just as a little gap here, we have a limit of 10 people. So, if any one of you already in wants to just view it and not wants to share anything, you can make the spot free for someone else. But besides of that, you're all welcome here. We just try out this no show format, and it's just limited to 10 people in this plan that we have right now. So for everyone who is in here, I would totally love to hear about your experience, especially if you're non-emotional, how you experience this transit. If you already do, I mean, this is something not everyone experiences. It takes time for most of us to feel these nuances.
I have a story that I can share. I guess it was 1 year in my experiment, or maybe even less, around a year. And I don't know, I was in Austria, I guess, and I slept somewhere. I've, found some kind of community where they had a space for me. And I was super sober the day before, and I went to bed, and it was very comfy. It was nice, felt good there. And I woke up in the morning, and I felt so sad and moody, and I was like, "Holy shit, what is this? I never wake up like this." And I was sure that when I look on the transit, that there will be the 3955 or the 20 or the 12 for my 22. And it was both. It was the 12, the 39, and the 55. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And in the moment I realized it, in the moment my mind could grasp what is going on, it wasn't so bad anymore. I was, it had no control again, like anymore about of me. it was still there, you know, but it didn't control me in my behavior. But this is not always the case. You know, there was maybe a specific case because I don't know, it was a specific line that I could deal with or know from somebody of my family or whatever. You know, when you get used to stuff, you can deal with it easier. But sometimes there are transits that just hits you and you cannot deal with it, and it hits your nervous system, and you feel like, whoa, you know, and you don't, and it's hard to get out of that. So what I try to do is never trust a feeling, never trust a thought. You know, it's thoughts are never here for myself. And I know that all the emotions that come up or wants to be expressed or whatever are just there to maybe have an impact on the other, or they are here to share something, an experience, but they are not here to make a decision in the now. So it doesn't matter if you're emotional or not. You should never make a decision based on your emotions. Never in the now, at least. So I guess that's with an open solar plex, you can sense the difference very easily when you just observe it. You know, you can start with the moon in the beginning, just observe the moon. When does the moon give you a definition? It will be, I don't know, a couple of times in a month, depends on your harmonic gates, or you know, your hanging gates, or whatever the case may be. But if you write it down, you know, you will see, okay, tomorrow I should be emotional for 10 hours. How does this feel? And you can really go and explore this. And it helps me, you know, it helped me to understand even human design better, because it helps you to understand the gates, the definition, the life force that's flowing there. It even helps you to understand the lines. You know, sometimes the people come to me and I overthrow them, blah, 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 but give me this little thing. And then I'm ending. Sometimes people come to me, oh, you have the 46 too. And they're like, how do you know it? I don't know, I feel it. And they have it, you know, because I know this so well already, this specific line. I don't have it with all of the 384 lines, but with specific things, when you observe and explore, you can sense them. And that's the biggest proof for me that human design is not just a spiritual mind thing. It's an absolute. It's the mechanics of the Maya. And it's ridiculously crazy.
It is. Thanks for sharing that. Anyone else wants to share a little bit about some transit experiences? So we have one spot free right now. If you're feeling open and get a yes to join us here in this live, you can also just click on the link in the Telegram feed, and then you can jump straight in, preferably with a Chrome browser or with Firefox. Just to let you know, it's third line day, like third lining stuff. So anyone wants to share the experience of the nodal shift? This was also something really interesting when we're talking about transits. I mean, this was actually one big event that Ra shared when he was in a cafe with his students, and people were chatting with the 30, the 43, 23, and when it shifted, it got silent. Like for a few seconds, everyone just stopped talking, especially those who have this defined with an open throat, I guess. And this can be quite an experience just to watch that, like in the real life. How the power of this transit definition that people get, and when they lose it, suddenly it just makes a big shift. So if you have some experience of like this one, then I would welcome it if you want to share. If not, it's also fine.
I like to share something.
Yes, please.
So I was really curious about this nodal shift, and I knew at this time that I would be at the city having a photo shooting, and I told the photographer about this shift because she knew about human design. She knew not much, but she knew her type and so on. And I asked her, do you want to observe this with me and sit down at this time in a cafe? And she said, yes, let's do it. And then we sat there, but it was just, oh my God, we have just 1 minute to go, and there wasn't a seat free. And I talked to the man of the cafe, and he said, okay, this is reserved, but okay, you can take a seat here. And then we sit there, and it was already on point. And but so I haven't had much time before, because I wasn't on point there at the cafe. But I have observed that I asked her, have you felt the shift? And she said, no. Have you? And I said, yes. But I didn't knew at this moment what I would tell her about it. But then I could answer it from my outer authority. And I told her, it was like, the energy before, I felt it here, and like, it was something like this. I couldn't describe it in words, but just like this. And then it went down like, and it landed somewhere over here, from like heart to the hips or something like this. That then it was there, and it felt like swimming. It was like water flowing or something. It was smoother, and it was like when someone is sitting down, like we have done it, like from the photo shooting, and then landing in this cafe, drinking something, and like, and relaxing. And it felt really relaxing. And then she said, okay, now after you describe this, I can feel it too, because this helped me sense it and observe it. And your explanation helped me. Yes, now I feel it. Wow, this is crazy. And so there wasn't an awkward silence or something, that everyone has been still, because also there have been many people. It was in the middle of the Cologne city, and I had the thought, okay, I don't know how many people with open throat in their not selves are here, so I don't know. Maybe they are all keeping on talking, chattering, and I don't know. But I really could feel this shift, and it felt really relaxing since then. And I have had also this day a few heavy situations, like people in the train being very, very mean to each other, screaming at each other, and like, nah, I know, no, don't wear the mask, no, I don't, la, oh, you asshole, and so on. And it was really like a fight from not selves fighting against each other and knowing everything better, and so on. And so many of these kind of situations I experienced this day before this shift, and after it was really more calm and relaxed. Yeah, so I'm happy that I could be part of this experiment and observe it in this kind of way. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. I experienced also some kind of feeling of drop, like it really feels like a drop. It's the best way to describe it, like something to drop, like boom, like from top to bottom. This was some kind of body sensation that I had. But yeah, it was really interesting, just to calm down and just wait until something feels different. And yeah, these things happen all the time, but when it's a nodal shift, it's something bigger, because two gates at the same time, right? Which will make a definition, and then we have this with the 4033, 4037, and 4323. These are one of those combinations that we have at some point when they shift, then they both shift, right? Thales, this is something that
What do you mean?
the 4033 and the
The
2320.
most common channels, you mean? Who
Yes,
have
yes.
our
They
yeah
shift together when
4030, 4323,
they can make a
3420,
channel when you have this inclination
37.
cross, right?
Exactly, yeah. There's the 3 most common channels. That's actually what the world is about. It's about community, it's about empowerment, and it's about, freaks and geniuses.
Yes, you can say that.
The freaky community empowerment.
Yeah.
That's this world.
All right, guys. So this is was very interesting for me also to observe, and I just want to go to one more topic that's also very interesting. Nina put it up, and how do you deal with the not self mindfuck? I mean, this is something that everyone can talk about, and it's a very interesting topic still, because I mean, when you start to really go radical, and it's not easy for us, and at least it's not easy for me at some point when I just hit the expectations around me, and you just lean into your body, and you hear all this chattering in your head, and so that's a thing. And I'm also wondering what are your experiences with this mind fuck? You just listen, observe it, or do you have some other thing you do then when it's just too loud in your head? Is there something you want to share about that?
I was actually wondering something today. Can I please put this?
Yes, please.
I wonder if open ashnas hear their own voice talking thoughts or others' voices talking thoughts. Because I only ever will hear my own voice as thoughts, never another voice. It's only always my own voice. And I was like, what is about an open ashna? Do they maybe hear different voices? Because that would be such a nice proof that it's not their thoughts, right? So I just wanted to
Okay.
this.
May I tell us? I mean, you're talking about voice, like you something you can differentiate as your voice, right? I mean, that's. I
Yeah, it's
mean,
like the internal dialogue. I know that not everybody has an internal dialogue. I just learned that. That's really crazy. I cannot even imagine that. But those who have an internal dialogue, I mean, when I have an internal dialogue, it's not like that I think actively. It is just there and it annoys me when I'm stuck with it. I need to let go. It's like a TV. I don't need to watch it. It can be there. I learned this from my mother because she always watches TV all the time. She just does. At the evening, she switches on the TV and watches TV, and that's her thing. Okay. But I don't like it, because it sucks me in, and I totally get absorbed in bullshit. And it's the same with this definition that I have. So now I was, wondering, like, is the internal dialogue of somebody else, and it's my voice. So I don't know if it's for open ashnas. Is it their voice? Is it like their tonality, their words? I don't know.
You mean a different way to talk, right? Samuel, do you want to share a little bit about that? You had the mic open for a sec.
I just wanted to say I can very much relate because I can hear I have a defined Ashna as well, not a defined head, but Ashna, and there's always this voice dialogue, my own voice, and I can't turn it off. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure either. I mean, I know that there are people who have the 61 down to the 24. I mean, this is acoustic, so people have this channel really hear something like a really some sense of acoustic voice, right? And I guess there are different kinds of mental voices or mental thought processes, right? You have like every channel down from the ashna to the throat have like a different way to talk. Maybe that's the way how to differentiate.
I have 23, 43 defined.
Yeah, that's the I know. Yeah, that's the voice of. I mean, when it's definition, it's different, I guess. But if you have like an open channel here, and then you think about things you know and you don't know. Maybe that's a way to see it, not when you hear it or listen to this radio from someone else. I don't know. Tell it. It's a good discussion. Yeah,
There's this
I'm curious.
beautiful example of Ra. I don't know in which lecture he talked about it, but he says, imagine somebody with an open ashna going to a cafe, sits down, orders the cafe, sacral yes, orders the cafe, open ashna. And next to this person, he doesn't know the person, has no eye contact, nothing. The aura of the other person touches you, this sacral being with an open ashna, and thinks about, oh, I should go to Ibiza maybe. I should go on an island, I will have a nice vacation, maybe I invite my friends, I book a villa, blah, 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 blah. This person stands up, with the defined ashna, pays, goes out. They never see each other again. They don't have any connection. The person with an open ashna sits there and now thinks about booking a fucking holiday. And thinks it's their own thoughts. And then maybe when they act from this, they will book a holiday based on the idea, thought process, mental, conceptual, or whatever of the other. And I can see this with my definedness. I can see it, not with my definedness maybe, but I can see it. You know how often people talk out what I think? Now I just smile and laugh my ass off internally because it happens too often. It's so funny.
Yeah.
They're really like, whoa, I had this idea. I was like, yeah, sure, you had this idea. Of course. It's funny.
It's so interesting.
I have a totally open ashna without any definition, and I was thinking that I never had this idea of different. I mean, I know that there are people who can hear different voices, but I don't hear the different voices. It's more like an idea what comes in, and my first feeling was maybe my beliefs, which are conditioned from outside, which I have integrated them so deeply that I'm not able to differentiate at first. I mean, I need to just to practice the how can I say, the attention of this question. Yeah. So, but I know this thing of speaking out the ideas of others. I know this situations because, and it's sometimes reversed that they said, I was thinking about this exactly. So it was like a coincidence at the same time somehow, but I'm sure the ideas come from the other person. So it's really interesting. But they don't have another voice or something. It's more than more like, yes, thoughts or ideas. I'm very acoustic. I like, because I love your song, Talis. It's so beautiful. I was yesterday really like, boof. Thank you for that. And so I love these acoustic things, and so, and I get very quickly overwhelmed with too much acoustic, too many noisy. But I also have market external, so I don't know what is there between this, but I don't have these voices inside.
So interesting. I have the experience at sometimes, but I guess it's more the open solar plex with my wife, and I have some music, and I don't know, just 3 chords, and then she has the earworm the whole day. So thank you. Because I don't know, I define her solar plex kind of, so it swaps over to her, and she has this earworm, because I don't have even to sing it out loud. I just have it in my head, and then she gets this earworm. It's so interesting, so funny. So yeah, I guess there's some, maybe it's the thoughts, maybe it's also the emotional. Yeah. funny. So this was actually already 1 hour. I can just see it here. It was really interesting to use this new platform just to find out if it works for us. We can make a poll afterwards to decide if you want to continue with this. But yeah, it's interesting also for others to see it in a bigger screen on YouTube, I think. But yeah, let's see. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed your presence here, for everyone who shared perspectives. And yeah, let's wrap it up. I wish you a great evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.